Yeah, welcome to the firehouse. In the last firehouse, if you was listening, you'll hear my cat making a lot of what I call cat noises. Well, that was because his friend jumped through the window and went in his cupboard, and I don't think Rasta was too pleased about that. Wanted him out of there, you know what I mean? So that was the reason for Rasta kicking off in the background and cutting the reasoning short. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll pick back up this reasoning still in the mind, because that is where human beings are ill. They are failing to rise from the lower regions of the mind, and ain't no way now of rising from those regions unless one is honest and truthful. But you see in this world here now, what I find in this world here now, that if someone was a builder and you was not a builder, well, you'll have to let the builder do the job that he knows, because you don't know it. Or if he was a singer, and you wasn't a singer, you are supposed to listen to his singing. But where the truth is concerned now, is it seems like everyone have an opinion, or they think that they know, or even those who do not know the truth have no idea what it is having a belief. They believe the truth but not know it. So you can't, as a truth speaker then, these beings will not allow you to, if it was a house, build a house, because they feel that they can build a house. And there is no way that you can build this house, I'm telling you, unless you emerge from the lower depths of the mind. And ain't no way of emerging from this lower depths of the mind unless one is honest and truthful. You can't do it if you are a scientist. You know, in this world, scientists seems to explain away a lot of things, and we are supposed to take what the scientists say to be the fact. But you cannot find out any facts in this universe, like I'm telling you. But you can find out what I call physical facts, which is what the scientist is finding out. You know what I mean? But we are living in a world of physical and non-physical. So we are now talking about the non-physical, which the mind is in it. And I'm saying to a scientist that there ain't no way of you finding out any facts on the non-physical side of life until you're honest and truthful, until your intention is clean. Whether you are a scientist or a commoner or whatever you want to call yourself, as you're a human being, innit? Ain't no human being can understand the truth until their intention is honest, and their intention is to find this truth out. No man cannot see an ex person's intention in it. We cannot see one another intention, but trust me, the master can. Yeah. Ain't no one can hide from themselves in it, because you've been watched by this one. This one that I'm telling you about, that you ain't going to grasp the idea of this one if you are still on the lower levels of the mind, where people suffer from, like I say, negative behavior, greed, selfishness, spite, jealousy, racism, nationalism, all kind of idiocy. You know what I mean? When you are down there in the lower regions of the mind. Now, if you are down on that level, how are you going to know what you call God? What we all term God? You can't. not from that position. And because you can't know God from this position, that is where you end up believing in God. But like I'm telling you, we are not supposed to believe in God. We are supposed to know God. God can be known. And if anyone don't know God, I'm telling you, as a 9th grade general, I know this, I can build a house. If you don't know this, it's only because of the way that you're living. All you need to do is change your ways so that you can understand. Because everyone knows the truth already. Everyone, it's not as if it's strange to any human being. We all know it. But what is the point of having a seed that you won't plant? You see what I mean? So you have to put what you know into action. Live by what you know is right. Apply it. You don't understand? It's like training. You know that you must run or you must swim. Do it. Same thing with if you want to know what you term to be God. You must live honestly. Not just know the right thing and then do the wrong. How are you going to know that way? Are you stupid? You know in your heart the right thing, do it. If you don't do it, you remain blind. Which I say most human beings are ignorant and blind. Due to the fact that they are down on the lower levels of the mind. Like I'm seeing they're getting a new CIA overlord. You know what I mean? And he's crediting with them. I even hear him saying how precise the drones are at killing human beings. You know, and such a good thing. But of course, beings like that have to think like that because they're at the lower levels of the mind. The rulers, you don't understand, like I'm telling you. You are being ruled over, not by those who have risen in the mind to any degree, but those who are have not risen, those who are at the crudest level of the mind. That is why they have to use force to enforce their will upon other human beings. Not because there is anything truthful about them or honest, either about them or any of their institution that is running on the planet. You don't understand? The reason why I know these things like I'm telling you is that I am not in the basement of the mind. Well, I was. But like, you know, this is life. You have choice. You can climb out. So I climb out of the basement of the mind. So I'm not in the basement of the mind. You know what I mean? I've climbed right up in the mind. You see? I balance it so that I can receive the light from the sun. Just like how the moon receives light from the moon. It's a science. A science that is known by those who strive to live correct and right. And this is how I say reach the 9th level of understanding that you can reach and while you are in this physical body. Now from this 9th level of understanding, of course you teach the whole universe, not only those beings who are on earth, but anywhere. Because when you reach the 9th level, you reach the law that runs things anywhere in the universe. Not a law that you can see with your eyes, of course, those physical eyes of yours, but if you live correctly, you will open your internal eyes and you will be able to see the law. You know? The universal law. But these here now who are living at the crudest level of the mind, I say, have set up their own law, which is not genuine law, but a shadow of real law. So that means anything that that law says cannot be right. It must be wrong. You know what I mean? It is mixing with, obviously it's have a little bit of truth in it. You know what I mean? If somebody is going to deceive you, they got to make it look good. Just like how they dress good. So yeah, maybe the law look good, but I tell you, looks is deceiving. Dishonest people cannot set laws up. And the ruling force on the planet, because when I'm talking planetary wise, you know what I mean? Across, whether you want to be Democrat, whatever crat and communist, whatever you call yourself, all goddamn evil, I say. What difference does it make? You know, it's like the earth is dirty and it needs cleaning. You know what I mean? Ain't no way about it. Ain't no way, I say, of reasoning with the force that is running earth, because that force will not listen to reason. You know what I mean? Not come to any it will either destroy itself or another force remove it. But either way, you know, it will not idiotic beings will not listen to reason anyway. That's why I don't try and convince human beings. I am not, like on my website when I sit and speak, I am not trying to convince any human being. I'm just speaking what I know to be the truth. Whether you like it or you don't like it, so what? I'm not selling you anything. You can't come and join me, and no one join me anyway, if you know what I mean. I don't carry passengers. I am too fiery and, I would say, what you call it, outrageous. So I don't have any crew, you know, or even care what you want to think. You know what all I want to know is that what I am saying is the truth. You see what I mean? And whether you want to know it or not, what difference does it make? I am the enforcer of the one. Yeah? My master is superior to, like I tell you, all your superstars put together and all the prophets that you claim that God has ever sent. My master is superior to them. Understand? Why is that than all of them put together? You know what I mean? And because I'm teach by this one as well, there ain't no way none of your holy books or none of your wise men can contradict what I'm saying as well. They could do, but all they'll be doing is going against God. Because what I am saying is right. No any being, whether it's on earth or beyond earth, that challenge what I man say, all they doing is challenging the one. Simple as that, because I'm a 9th grade general. You see what I mean? 9th grade general mean, like I say, like I tell you before, if we go to heaven and Jesus was sitting by God's side, when we enter the arena, we are not there to see Jesus, but to see God. We don't deal with God's Son. We deal with the one. Understand? The Supreme One. Now if the Supreme One is my master, why do you think that I should have to listen to what any being say when it comes to teaching the law? If I know the law and if I know the one, why shouldn't it not be I man who speak the truth? Why should it be anyone else? Suppose they don't know the law or they don't know the one. Understand? They might just believe in this one, but like I'm telling you, 9th grade general is not a believer. And think believers are actually lunatical people, you know? People who have not yet developed their faculties of understanding, I say, but due to some weakness within the character that they don't want to correct, whatever that weakness is, maybe some kind of selfishness, greed, lust, for money or power, whatever it is. But until you fix your character, ain't no way of you entering into firehouse. Firehouse is for those beings whose heart are burning for nothing else but what is right and correct. That's for material, object and power. You know what I mean? Those are the things that blinds the soul so that it cannot see. cannot understand. You know what I mean? So, if you want to rise up spiritually, you know what I mean? You have to live, not believe. Believe help no one in this thing here, man. It's like you have a seed. It's no use believing that the seed will grow and sit there believing that, oh yeah, this seed will grow. What you must do is go and prepare the ground and put the seed in the ground. Then the seed will grow. Like I tell you, not only will you receive one seed back, you receive a lot. But you must take action. Ain't no action taken, right? Ain't no one seed, no truth. Because it have to be lived. Ain't no use you going, like I tell you, in your Bible and your Quran or your Bhagavad Gita, your Aichi, or any other great books that you have reading it, yeah, without applying what you know. Reading books and repeating what great man says, right, is of no significance. The only thing that make any difference to any human being, right, is when they realize that the wrongs that they are doing is not right, and they change their ways. They cease from doing what is wrong and do what is right. If you cannot do this as a human being, you live and die, I say, like an egg that has never hatched. You know what I mean? The people that you are admiring in life and you think that these people are achieving great things or that they've done great things, you let your eyes deceive you. Or you let what I would call hero worship carry your mind away. You know what I mean? Such things is of all these achievers, whatever they achieve on the earth, they have to leave it. You know what I mean? And like I say, simply just understand, you know, how to make a car and an aeroplane. Well, it's a good thing. It helps physical life, but it don't help you to grow spiritually. It don't help you where you're going, because you're not staying here, are you? You are going. And I know this is another thing, like those at the lower levels of the mind they can't. When you're down there, you can't grasp anything. So they are not sure whether one die or whether one don't die. But a 9th grade general, there is no doubt about that. You can't die. If you was going to die and finish out of existence, the master wouldn't even bother giving you a memory to video all your deeds. It wouldn't make any sense. But because you can't die, yeah, well, we need to video you. That's why you have this memory. All of you. So that and you can't erase nothing that's on there as well. You know, you can change your ways so that it can be seen that, okay, yeah, I was once negative, but I made effort to be a better human being. That will be there as well. But if you don't make any such effort, that's what you will be going across with. Like I tell you before, you wish a lot of you are going to wish you could die. You know what I mean? Because you're living in a manner down there on the lower level where you do not care. And because you do not care, you don't get to understand. You are looking at one side of the story. Physical and non-physical. You are paying attention only to what you can see. But there is things existing in the invisible. You can see that in yourself. Can you see your own mind? Can you see your memory? That we're talking about story. You can't see these things. So these are examples of the invisible. There is conscience in the invisible. Do you know what conscience is? You've heard about it. Like I hear enough people talking about conscience, but they don't know what it is. Well, the ninth grade general know what it is. You know what I mean? We don't believe in conscience. We know what conscience is. Conscience is the supreme master, the Don Dada of human beings and human intelligence, the supreme one. Well, such a one was in everyone that has ever moved upon creation. Even your masters that you claim, you idiots. And if they knew anything, it was this one that teach it to them. Conscience is the light. I don't know how this conception is so hard to grasp. You see a sun outside, right? Everyone can see that you can only get sunlight from this sun, nowhere else. And it is this sunlight that gives energy to both man and plant and everything. Nothing grows without that. That is obvious. So why is it not that obvious inside that that's what conscience is? The living sun that giveth light from within. But like I say, I don't have to believe that, because I know that for about 3,000 billion trillion % certain. You see what I mean? That's why I tell you I can teach human beings here are beyond rough. You see what I mean? Because there's no intelligence beyond that one, whether here, there, anywhere. You see what I mean? And I know that one. You see what I mean? So there is no human being. I'll give you an example. No human being cannot reason themselves. You think you should try it, you can't do it. It's like trying to hide. You can't out-reason yourself. Well, if I am the spokesman for the self, how do you think anyone could ever out-reason me? No, man, because you could be as wise. You cannot out-reason yourself. You cannot be as wise as the eye. You see what I mean? And I am the enforcer for that one, I'm telling you. Yes, I am the enforcer, like I say, in this life or the next. Anywhere I go in the universe, I am the enforcer for that one. That one that is unknown, that is as well, you know. I'm telling you about. That one is the, what I call the terrible and dreadful one, Rastafari himself, the High General. The one that can be known but cannot be known, even by the 9th grade general. Yeah, not even I know that one. That's how mysterious that one is. Nevertheless, like I say, I am the because I am the 9th grade general, I am the spokesman for that one. And no one Tessa in the universe, no angel or archangel. You see what I mean? Now I know if you find that hard to be, because you can't believe, as you only have to believe these things, so you wouldn't believe it anyway. You see what I mean? And maybe the only people who could understand these things are those who are striving to live good themselves, within themselves, might be able to glimpse the 9th grade general in the words. You see what I mean? Because when human beings are speaking, I say, they are telling you who they are through their words. You see what I mean? So any being who can read the words of the 9th grade general and the depths that they're coming from will be able to get a glimpse into the mysteries of the one. If you know what I mean. Yeah. But this is what happens, like I tell you, when you self-discipline and rise up in the mind, and then the mind can become full, like how the moon becomes full. But the mind, having no light of its own, is now going to receive the light from the one that is within, just like how the moon receives light from the sun and light up the earth as well. So yes, we can fill our mind with light and light up this world. But not our own light still, but the light of the terrible and dreadful one that dwell within all. You see what I mean? So that is the light that I am shining. You know, I haven't got light myself, but I just know where to get it from. And I can advise all other human beings where to get it from, because they can't get it from anywhere else. You know, there is only one road to God, not 5,600. You know what I mean? It's not like all these different things. There's different ways. There's only one way, and that is to live correctly. Doesn't matter if he was in China, Africa, India, if a man knows God, it only is because he's living honestly and trying to live as a better human being. That's the only way, no other way. If you can't live like that, you ain't getting on the road. You know? Never mind knocking at the gate. So it's time for if you want to know, you know, you have to get on the road then. And it's only when you get on the road now, your own like I said, don't worry about God, man, and things like that. Your own behavior is what is going to teach you what is what. Your own action, from that you will be able to see what is what. You know, it won't be a puzzle. These things are natural already anyway. Just like I say, right now, puzzle to the baby how to suck its mother's breasts and get milk, or how to crawl. It just end up naturally doing it. Well, spiritually, when you start to wake up, don't worry, everything will just start to happen naturally. Yeah? As long as you enter into your mind and begin the process of weeding out the negative ways that you know that you have in there. Forget about the fact that no one cannot see you and your dirty thoughts. Nothing goes like that. The Master see all. You know? It's just that because you are in the dark, you cannot see this. You can only hide your dirty ways from other human beings. But you shouldn't worry about other human beings and hiding your dirty ways from them, because they are not important. They are not the one. Your concern is should be the one. And I'm telling you, this from this one, you hide nothing. All what you think is secret is no secret. You know, everything is out, you know. So why behave like that in front of yourself? You shame yourself and don't realize. In your hurry to deceive your fellow human being, hide and, you know. But the one, the internal master, like I'm telling you, see it all things, know it all things. You know what I mean? Record it all things, like I say, through his super agent memory. Because there ain't no way. Everyone understand the concept of law, like I'm saying. Even these idiots that have created law against the natural law, and that when one break the law, there is consequences to the action. Even the negative one enforce those consequences. Well, they themselves are going to suffer the consequences of going against the natural law of the one. You understand what I mean? By coming here in earth and like I'm saying, bullying up the earth and its resources and their fellow human beings, their brothers, to extract the resources of the earth and live in comfort and the sweat and blood of the unfortunate amongst the rest of human beings. But you can't get away with nothing. The only way you could get away with anything, and if there is not any law, or if there is no intelligence within the universe, you know what I mean? But I don't believe in any intelligence in the universe. I know the superior intelligence. You don't understand? Ninth grade general is not like, you see, I'm not a man talking in any doubt house. Oh, this, that, you know, like, I'm not, like I tell you, I ain't selling you nothing. I'm telling you that I know. See, so I know the Supreme Master. and I know the law. I know my master is so alright. Show you how supreme my master is now, like I tell you. He's in the White House. He's in the Vatican. He's in Buckingham Palace. He's in all human beings moving upon the planet. Living one and the one that dead already. So you tell me now, how anyone can overcome such a force and power? And if you don't know, like I'm telling you, you might not be aware of this, but this one is what they call conscience. You know, like sometimes when a human being do wrong, have you ever noticed if you do anything wrong that they say, oh, your conscience bother you? Or it bugs you then, you know what I mean? Well, this is only the prompting of the one that let you know that what you're doing is wrong. But you don't have to listen to this one. And most human beings don't, because they've got their own choice. So they can ignore conscience. But what happens if you don't ignore conscience and listen to it? Careful. Then you will realize that and follow the instruction that conscience is a teacher and is trying to teach you something. But because, like I say, you got your own choice and you choose. Rather than, like I say, rather than come under the guidance and teachings of conscience, which is within manself, I find that man would rather come under the guidance of an outside agency, be it a university, a school, a grandmaster, a religious master, anything outside of conscience. Then he will adapt as a master, which I'm telling you, anyhow you do that at all, you are adopting the wrong principle. Because when it comes to understanding thyself and knowing what is right and correct, no one can teach you about conscience. Sure, a man can teach you how to build a building and set up a computer and these things. Nothing wrong with that. General knowledge, I call that. Yeah, but where wisdom is concerned, an understanding of what is right and correct and truthful within the universe, then only conscience can teach a man that. Okay, that is the master. No one else is. So I don't know how come somebody say, they're going on about Jesus and Muhammad and Selassie and the Buddha, and because these men are not conscious, are they? And even if they was working, even if they was in tune with conscience, which I'm not saying that some of them wasn't, but even if there was, you've got your own. Why busy your time about what they was cooking? Cook your own food. You got your own conscience. Why don't you yourself fine tune yourself so you can get your own understanding from conscience, which is within all of us? Like I'm telling you, just like how the sun giveth light to the whole earth, so conscience giveth light to the whole psyche of beings. You know? Forget about, like I say, whether conscience is male or female. It would be better, I say, if one, instead of one worrying about the gender of God, which God is beyond most of your conception, is to worry first about your own gender as beings. Because it seems to me that we human beings get mixed up anyway in the gender business. When I say we get mixed up between male and female, because we separate the principle into calling the woman the female and the man the male, and then think that she's the other half of us, and she think we are the, when really, like I say, the principle of male and female is carried both within the male and within the female, and the male must find this balance within himself to understand himself. Likewise, the female must find the balance of the male principle within herself to gain her balance. But the average human being do not understand this conception. So they are living in a lower level mind mentality anyway, where they are lost. You see what I mean? The man don't know himself and the woman don't. Simply because most of them think that they are female and the other one is bullying about the place thinking he's a male. Well, when you're down on the lower levels of the mind, you're about, like I say, you suffer from a disease of the mind that cannot be cured unless self-discipline is applied and honesty is applied to the mind, which is the antidote for such sickness. You know what I mean? Are you vigorously go in there and weed it out like weeds in the garden? That means put a stop to these practices immediately. You know what I mean? It is doing thy soul no good. And obviously such things, terms that we use as soul and spirit and so forth. Of course you're not going to grasp these kind of idea fully either if you are residing in the lower levels of the mind. And if you refuse to implement self-discipline into your living. You see what I mean? Because you have to make a change to see these things. I fully understand when people don't understand. Because everyone never understand at some time. I never. And it's because I never understand at some time in my life why I can understand those who don't understand. And I can also understand the reason why they don't understand. It's only because of the things that you're doing. It was only that stopped me understanding before. Once I start making an effort to cut them out and clean them up and things, a new world open up, I say. Or if you want to call it a new road open up. And because I'm a determined soldier, because trust me, when I say determined, I don't really care, like I repeat it many times, whether anyone in my family agree with me, my race, I don't care. I wasn't born to please other human beings, one way or the other. I wasn't born to please your tradition. I wasn't born to do nothing to please any human being. Only thing I was born to is to drive the truth right through you. Right through your very soul. It's the only thing. Who cares who you are? You know what I mean? It's irrelevant, isn't it? And enough people you might even think to yourself, say, oh, who am I to say who these things? I am what I am, I say, to say what I am. And no one don't know me either, so they could tell me that I can't say what I am. Because every being is an invisible being. So you don't know who I am. When I was born, they give me a name, but I'm not that name. I was living before anyone placed any name on me. And name are not things, are they? So you don't know who I am. So who's any human being on the planet to say now that who are you to say what you are saying? No? You are not Jesus, or you are not that. Well, suffice to say anyway that no matter which one of you generally you want to name, I am better than them. Oh yeah. Jesus is not here, Buddha is not here. I am here though. You see what I mean? And they get here the same way how I get here. They come out of the mother, didn't they? So do I. You see? And after that they crawl and walk and do whatever. And I did the same thing. So what make you think that any being have any advantage over me? Now you can think that to yourself, because you got a choice. And most humans like to belittle themselves and put other beings above themselves and think, oh well, I couldn't be like that. But I am not in the habit of putting any being who ever come out a woman above myself. No man. You have to meet me as an equal. Because that's what my master that's how my master say things run. We deal with equality. So I am not in the habit of, like you say, looking up to any beings. Because I have never had a master, you know. Don't forget that one thing about me. I've never had a master. I've heard many spiritual people say, oh, they follow this master and that was their master. This is the follow that master and that. I don't follow masters. I've never followed. The only master I know is conscience. Trust me. I am not interested in no master outside of that. Because I know full well that this is the masters of all masters. So I don't bother, like I say, sit at the feet of some master. I travel the world. Down to India, Tibet, or Africa, over in South America, seeking out a master. No. I don't deal with masters. I don't deal with masters. I deal with the master. And the master that I deal with now. I don't believe in this master like I'm telling you, man. I know this master, man. Personally. Seeing the one himself, man. Terrible and dreadful overlord himself, Rastafari, the High General. So the words that I speak, like I'm telling you, is direct from that one. And because this one is everywhere present. It's not like some little confined one, you know what I mean? It's everywhere, everyone in India, everyone all over the earth. So, I can speak to everyone. Teach the whole planet the truth. In fact, like I said, not I can, I am. That is what I'm doing. The whole, teach the whole, and everything that I say is factual and true. And that's how man will have to live. Anyway, you know, is a new change coming. The change that is coming, you will have to live under the law of the one. So I can literally say to you and the whole universe, you will do what I say. You see what I mean? But of course you're going to take that now as some kind of a boss. That is no boss. It's just like if I say to somebody, right? If you don't live honestly and try to self-discipline, you will never see the truth. I say that. But it's true. If you don't do it, you can't know the truth. There's nothing boastful about that, knowing a fact. You see what I mean? There's nothing to boast about. It is a fact that if you don't live a self-disciplined life, you will remain blind and ignorant. You don't have to boast about that. If you are a liar and a deceiver and a racist and all these kind of things, you are in darkness. That's a fact. And you will die in that darkness. It might not be a fact to you, because in your ignorance you probably justify it. But to someone who is in the light, and when I say somebody who is in the light, someone who is living honestly, striving to, you know what I mean? I don't mean somebody who believes in Jesus. Let's get this clear. I am not talking about anyone who believes in great beings and who like to idolize. That's to me, that's craziness. That's not seeking for what is right and correct. You know what I mean? That's drifting off into fancities and your own idiotic imagination. I'm talking about practical, a way of life that every human being can understand, a way of speaking what is right and correct so that every soul can understand. And no, they don't have no mystery about God. They don't have to cloud anything in no mystery and talk about the angel and up in heavens and no. That ain't got nothing to do with God. God is practical living. Like I tell you, just like training. That's how you get your body fit. Do you want to get your mind fit? Practice living good. It don't take you long for the mind to set, I say about 3 months. your mind will be set. Every morning when you wake up, instead of thinking negativity, you start to think positively and, think of a book to read or listen to a song that's singing something positive. Go and have conversation with people who are talking positive. And very soon you start to work things out. You wake yourself up. But if you don't want to do these things, I don't know, it's like a farmer now, you know how to farm, but you won't plant the seed, and you won't work the ground. It is just plain ignorance. You see what I mean? And then these are the very people who are going, oh, our neighbors no God don't exist, and we. The only reason why I say people don't know that God exists is because most of them who are not what I would call spiritual then must be looking at those who are religious and thinking, well, these are lunatics, so they can't be no God. Because if God was really, he couldn't be like how these idiots are going on. But I'm saying, don't take what religious people are doing to be God things or godly behavior. The secret of the universe, right, wasn't given to pastors and rabbis and whatever they want to call them to reveal. Just like it wasn't given to scientists. We are all human beings. Like I'm telling you, maybe we can't all sing. Or we can't all make a house. Maybe all of us can't dance then, as an example then. Or swim. So in my case. But the truth has got nothing to do with dancing, swimming, and building house and being clever and smart and going to the best school. That has got nothing to do with you. Those things can help you for sure. Doing, you know what I mean? Help enrich life. But still, you could live like that and don't know any truth. What is right and correct, what is truthful. So what I'm saying, if you want to understand this side of life now, instead of just one side, what is right and correct and truthful, this is where now one have to apply self-discipline. One have to be willing to rid oneself of selfishness and greed. You see what I mean? One have to break away, like I say, you have to break the family. The race, nationalism. You have to be able to see that the earth is one, and that the people that dwell on the earth is one, and they are one simply because the Supreme Master himself is dwelling within all human beings. You see what I mean? And that all human beings really are the spirit. Yeah, temporary now we are in the physical form, as we call it. But there is more to us than physical. You know what I mean? We are spiritual beings. Yeah? And we are supposed to know and understand ourselves. That's why I say one of the greatest teachings is, man, know thyself. Thyself now is conscience. And the reason why you should know conscience, because conscience is the one that is going to educate you while you are here. You see, because that is the teacher in the universe. And don't get, like I say in England, they say, don't get your knickers in a twist. Yeah? Conscience is not a man or a woman. Forget about male and female. Ninth grade general teacher teaching that is beyond both male and female. You know? The one is neither male nor female. The one is not a person. You don't understand. Stop bringing the one down to your human being. Like say, you expect that you're going to meet the one. Maybe when you die and you go to heaven. You ain't going to meet this one. Ever. You know what I mean? The one is already in you. You want to meet the one, just live good. Live by the ways of the one. If you go, when you spirit leave here and you go to whatever dimension you go in, you ain't going to encounter the one in that dimension. The one will still be within you. See what I mean? And if you look at the one as the universe, anywhere you go, if you go down, you can go down as far as you want, but you will never reach the bottom. And if you go up, you go as far as you want, you won't reach the top or the side. You see what I mean? So that's what the one is. So how are you going to meet this one then? I have a look at him. You see, you can't reach. There is no way of reaching from earth or beyond earth. To infinity and beyond, man. Buzz Lightyear style. That's what the one is. But nevertheless, wherever the one is, you can know the one. And the one is here. Because like I'm telling you, one is here, there, and everywhere. So if you go 500 miles from here, the one will be there. You can know the one there as well. You see what I mean? And if you go to the moon, as the further you go, anywhere you go in the universe, you can know about the one there. The spot where you are. And then wherever you are, you won't know what is beyond where you are. You see what I mean? Ain't that a lovely mystery? But like I'm telling you, this mystery is not as mysterious as you would believe to yourself. If you will just do simple things. Because you see, people are trying to figure out God in some complicated way, when God is simplicity. It's about reading great books and studying, and it's simplicity. Just simple honesty. That's all. You don't have to read or bother about reading nothing. If you are not anywhere near where you can get hold of books to read. Sure, if you can read things and they're close by and you can read. But imagine if you never had anything to read, then how would you know God? Since as God is not books and what is written in books, you would know God through your simple liberty. Actions speak louder than words. So it is the living that will reveal the ways to you. You see what I mean? Not the reading and talking and going on with yourself, making up a lot of stupid noise. That ain't going to open nothing. Honesty open the doors. And if you are not sincere, it can't open, because the internal master seeth the heart and mind of all beings. Know their intention perfectly well. So if your intention is not clean, doesn't matter what you do either. No, your intelligence ain't going to develop beyond a certain level until you become honest. Like I tell you, honesty is the best of policy. But we are not living honest on the planet, are we? We are not being led by honest men. We are led by, like I say, people like the Americans, who is, I call now the policeman of the earth. These men make laws that they can go about and kill who they want when they want. And we even admire their killing institution, I say, when we have, like this week, going back to them again, they are appointing a new head of the CIA. But a head of what? Head of a killing organization. There is no spiritual being within these organizations. These are the people who organize to rule over the earth and its resources, and they will do whatever they can to protect their rule. Kill whoever they... You know how many innocent people drones are killing? I see the one Mr. Obama, not too long ago, they shot some children in America, and he was crying. He's not crying when drones are killing children in Yemen, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Libya, wherever you send your drone And when you drone fire and you kill other children, you don't cry because you say, oh, they are not Americans. They're human beings. We are human beings. They've desensitized you so much that you don't care as long if the people don't come from your, what you call your country. They're not American. You know, you say, oh, they're not, these drones are not authorized to kill American. But they are authorized to kill any other human beings. You are not American, you are a human being. So how can your country be authorizing drones to kill other human beings? And then they have things talking about the international law. What international law is? International fraud. Sanction. I've never heard anyone on the planet Earth, any law, call for anyone in America to be prosecuted over the evil that they are doing. Everything that they are what they call above the law. They're above their idiotic law that they get together and create. Most humans on the planet had nothing to do with this law. These false and evil law that you beings have created, claiming that it's international law, and under the international law, war is legal and all this kind of rules of law and this and that. All that is a load of fraud. For those actions, you will pay. Every single being who is involved in such behavior. All of the beings in the American apparatus. You're going to pay for everything because you are with an evil system. That system is not good. It is a virus. Talk about, I hear them saying one of the greatest country on earth created. You must know the foundation of that great country that you're talking about. And your great constitution that was drawn up by a bunch of masons. Devilish, human, wicked. You know, never had any ounce of goodness in them. Set up, they always going about our constitution. No constitution. It is the constitution of vile and wicked men. Who's, like I said, their whole, everything they built was built and evil. That's why I end up now in evil. This evil is one of the greatest, in fact they call the evil a superpower. America. A power I say that let as much souls depart from this planet as anybody else. All the terrorists combined cannot kill the amount of people that America kill or cause to die on this planet. Either directly or indirectly how they kill people. So they call they killing people officially and unofficially. And it can't be another country, I say, who's got as much brothers in prison for the slightest of reason, just to exploit them and make money out of them. And even though they have a black president there, that goon would never say anything about it, about the evil that is dished out to his fellow human beings. No, they won't say anything about that. So yeah, I'm saying from the 9th level, it is if human beings still want to admire the activities of wicked and evil human beings and don't want to identify them, then you are going to stay down there at the bottom of your mind with these evil and wicked beings. And no doubt when you leave, when death come for you, which it must, and you go on the other side, you go there, right, and enjoy and carry on giving praise to these people that you admire so much and what they are doing and believe in their government. If you thought that what you see on earth here was the right and correct way and the right beings was in charge of running the earth, the right beings was in charge, that is running, you thought you go along with them. Because I'm telling you, these beings that you think are so right and so scientifically developed and modern are devils. They are amongst the sickest soul in the universe. When something terribly malfunctioning is not working within a soul, that is what is happening here. It must be the lowest form of life, I say, in the universe. Is these beings. And yet when you come here, see them dress up and like I say, living in big houses and appearing to be of any decency or anything. I just see one of them the other day, Bill Gates, giving a lecture. A lecture about what, brethren? You must think because you have 50 million, you have any sense. You haven't got no goddamn sense. You just know about paper, exploiting the earth, I say. And now with your money, you have decided to use it, like I say, to vaccinate as much Africans in the bush as you can. If I was down in Africa and you come to vaccinate anybody, I shot you. You know, because you're not doing anything good. You are wicked. You are with the system, brethren. The only man who is not with the system are those who are brave enough to speak the truth that is living in the heart. And I never hear you speak any. No sound as if you know nothing, because you spend most of your time thinking of ways of making money and of making devices that will help the system keep people under suppression. You know what I mean? But you are respected, but only in the world of devils. Spiritual beings see through you there, you know that these are the sickos of the earth, man. Need to remove these kind of undeveloped souls. They are like if you was going somewhere, these are obstacles in the way of progress. These beings have not progressed earth, they've kept it in repression, backward. And it had to go backward because of the... And maybe it have to go backward to come forward. Yeah, man. Maybe earth had to go backward, and it was right that the backward rule so that human being can get a good understanding of what it is to be led by backward and ignorant human being. And then maybe when they can't take this evil, vile and wicked system that has been created by these vile human beings, maybe then they will be ready, like I say, for a change of understanding the ninth grade, of understanding what it is to live honestly and to strive to live honestly, so that they can understand the laws of the universal living and the endless life that a spirit have, that there is no death to it, eternal livity. We are far away from understanding such things because we are living under a vile system, a system that is they're always on about oh, this country is corrupt, and the whole goddamn planet is corrupt. Every government is a corruption on the planet, a sickness, a disease. It is not just, I say, oh, this one and that one and that one. The more dressed up and nice you look is the more corrupted and evil you are. Just mean that you are better at disguising your disgusting action. That's all. And then when you go to a third world country, the bribe and the corruption is more out in the open. They're not as sophisticated at hiding the deviousness as the master deceptor. But over here, these human beings are master deceivers. The British here and the American and the French and them. Master deceivers. Masters of evil though. But they don't realize, like I'm telling them, they have to pay for every single thing that they do. Collectively, individually. No one break the law of the terrible and dreadful overlord himself and get away with that. And God, like I say, Jah don't need to fight anyone. The law is already set. The law of the one. And I don't know what name will suit human being. If we say God, or if I say Rastafari or the Creator, I don't know. Any name you want to call this one, that I say, like I said, I don't believe in this one that I'm talking about. I know this one. So I know for, like I say, a lot of trillions, that this one, and this one ain't in no head. This one is right in yourself. All human beings, man and woman, big and small, black, white, green, blue, everybody. This one is dwelling in you. And this one is the Supreme Master, know everything. You see what I mean? But it ain't taking part in any life. You are the one taking part in life, living it. You are the one who can make a choice. You are the one who can choose this one to teach you. That's if you want, you know what I mean? Maybe, like I say, you like to study at the feet of the great outside masters. But I don't study at the feet of any outside masters. And I don't take any message from any master who died and is on the other side either. I don't deal with them or any other beings from any other side. I just deal directly here, you know, while I'm living on earth, directly with conscience itself. Yeah? And I'm telling you that this one is superior to anyone, living or dead. Any being where you are talking about I call Jesus or Muhammad and Gabriel and all them wrapped up together. This one is greater than them. And those beings as well that you are talking about, if they had any sense, any at all, if they knew any truth, any one of them, Jesus will. If he know any truth, it was I who teach it to him. When I say I, my master, not me personally, but any boy, and that's why I call him boy, any boy who learn anything at all that is truthful and correct must learn that from my master. Because my master is the teacher of all human beings who ever come out a woman, I say. And that is the one who teach me. So that is the reason why I know if you think I'm sounding arrogant, of course I sound arrogant. Sounding arrogant, but I'm not arrogant. I'm just stating a fact. Truthful and honest fact before the whole of creation and human beings. That yes, this one teach I. So from this one teach I, who am I supposed to be afraid of in the whole of creation? And I know this one myself, you know what I mean? No one can out-reason this one. Oh no. What we can all do, you can all link with this one. And then when we speak now, we can all reason. Because everyone can know the one. I am not the only one who can know the one, you know, and I've never claimed that at all. Anyone can know the one. But maybe they are not as interested in knowing the one as I am. I don't know. Because I am not in anyone else. You see? I can't say what the one revealed to each one. I can only talk about what I know, my own experience, what has been revealed to me. When you know the one, you will know what the one revealed to you in it. I can only speak about what I know myself. You see what I mean? So I know the one myself. So that's because I know the one. I know for 1,000,000% certain say that this one couldn't send any Jesus here to die for anyone's sin. So I am under no doubt or any illusion when I say such a story is bullshit. And that all who is going on with that nonsense is going down to the darker regions. Well, they're not going there. You are already in the dark regions of your mind, and you will stay there as long as you are believing that bullshit. Because like I say, such a bullshit could only be believed. Can't be known. You know what I mean? It can't be known at all. It must be believed. And you wouldn't have to believe truth. You have to know the truth. But you can believe lies. You know what I mean? So all these souls, I'm telling them, you are captured. Your soul are captured by a lie. Well, that is the Christian story anyway. Like I say, go to the Jew man. He's the one that first write this idiotic story. His story, I say, all of it, none of his patriot sayings, all of it is a lie. So if it is a lie, Christianity fall down. And then Islam is holding on to some of that. So that collapse as well. The Trinity, Abrahamic Trinity of Judaism, Christianity and Islam is based, I say, on falsehood. If you don't think it's falsehood, like I say, no, let the Jew man produce any one of his patriots then. Whether it's Abraham, Joseph, Moses, any one of them that he named. Let's find any artifact about them, any grave, any symbol. Nothing of them exists. They are the figment of men's imagination. Creative writers' imagination. But it's not fact, it's not truthful. And like I tell you, I can know this for sure. Because the one can't send anyone here. When you come here, you can make a choice if you want to know this one that I'm telling you about. Who is the supreme master? Because I know that one. So I know the law. The law is that one can't send any man who is a prophet here. And talk about him is no prophet. And it cannot send any Jesus. The only thing that happened, right? When you see any man at all, whoever did live and speak out about anything, they only did it after when they start living correct, then they know the ways of God, then they speak the truth. Because you have to, it's automatic. Why would you know what's right and hide it? But you aren't doing it because God sent you to do it. He never sent you. You come here and you find out what is right and correct, truthful and honest, so you speak it and live by it. One don't say, oh, you know, God sent me here to die. God don't send me here to die for you. You know what I mean? And like I say, can't send Jesus here to die. And about he have a son. You know that? That's bringing down like I hear today they were saying on the BBC thing there. If Jesus was around, we'd get his DNA and see what is that? What God DNA is in it. He would have bound to carry some of God DNA in him. I was it the Holy Spirit that impregnated Mary and Gabriel. Don't know. Whoever did it, we'd get some of his DNA. But like I say, such stories are fantasies of beings' imagination. Who want to keep people in darkness and who don't want to come out of darkness themselves. Ain't no way at all of any being thinking of any idiotic idea like that and getting out of darkness. Because nothing do not go like that. And you have you probably have 20,000 priests trained up going around the world convincing people to believe in such a story. Not to know, because you can't know. How can you know something that doesn't go like that? That's why belief is always based on stories. Because you can believe story. You can't know them. Because once you know them, you wouldn't have to believe them. So I believe always have to be something that one cannot prove. You see what I mean? So their story is based on that. On a story that cannot be proved. And the reason why it cannot be proved either by reasoning or by archaeology, because it doesn't exist. That's why the story cannot be proved. You know what I mean? It doesn't exist. If you go for Jesus, well, they say Jesus' body float up into heaven. But where did they bury his mother and his father and his brothers and sister, cousins, auntie, uncle? Surely somebody can trace his family. But I bet historically, if you go and look in, there's nobody that exists. I see the man here looking for Solomon. I know the man never did exist anyway, but archaeologists can't find him, they can't find David, they can't find Abraham, they can't find none of these. Well, I don't think the Chinese man did bother with this nonsense because he don't know about them. They have their own way of seeing things, just like other people around the world. Your creation story about Adam and Eve is not the only one on the planet. All around the planet people have different opinions. But this idiotic idea now seems to be the dominant one. That's all it is, bigger. You know what I mean? Called bigger lead. But I'm telling you, these three forces, starting out with the Jew man, who says that that God chose him to be more or less the guardian of the earth, or the chosen one, or in some kind. The God that chose you was a devil. He was no God. You mistake the devil. The devil chose you to lie and spread, I say, hatred and deceit amongst your fellow human being. Or if God did choose you, that's it. It look as if that's what God chose you to do. To sow discord amongst your fellow human being and to tell a lie and spread propaganda. But why would God want to choose beings to spread lies and propaganda? No, I wouldn't say it was God who chose these beings. They choose themselves to convince other human beings of their lies. But any human being, naturally, if you know the lie, you immediately see through the lie. Because we are here to choose. So while we are here to choose, God cannot choose for us, or even to tell us what to choose. Because that is against the law. The law is already there. The law is to make a choice. So while I'm making my choice now, how could God be saying, thou shalt not steal, or thou shalt not have sex with that girl, or whatever it is? God cannot interfere. He must leave me to make my choice, whether I make a wrong choice or a right choice. What's it got to do with him? If you want to call God a him. Nothing. So under that law now, God cannot interfere. Now, if he cannot interfere, if the humans are already making their choice, which he's the one who give them the choice, and he must allow them to make the choice, what's he doing now? Sending his only son for us to kill him while we're making the choice. You see, when you listen to these idiotic stories, I'm not surprised that some idiots themselves end up not thinking there is no God at all. You see what I mean? Because these are the ramblings, I say, of souls that have completely lost their mind. You know what I mean? Not anyone who is striving or trying to understand if there is any reason in life, or if there is any purpose. No, these souls are not interested in that. They are just interested in getting along, I say, on the backs of the brothers. Rather than walking on their own 2 feet, they'd rather someone carry them. You know, or they would rather step on somebody. I call these the exploiters. Judgment shall come down on them. Well, judgment is already coming, you know. Because while I've been talking here, I'm sure a lot of wicked men leave earth. Naturally or unnaturally. So judgment is coming up on man daily. But like I said before, karma. Collectively, you drew a collective karma instead of the individual one. Collectively and a mass, because you've gone wicked here now and a mass. Wherever your government is on the planet, evil control everything. And if something is not done about this evil, I say, it's just going to destroy life. Eliminate as much as life as it can and just leave what it can manage. But if life is about choice, I say, why should they choose to do that to the rest of us? We have a choice as well. So I say, I have a choice. I've chosen then to destroy evil. That's what I say I've chosen. Now I know that with just words alone I could destroy evil, and I do. But just because it's words, they can always shout the words down and go on and argue against the word. So there ain't no way at all man is going to listen to reason. So all I've got to do then is wait around for the power to come, so that we can enforce. If these devils don't destroy themselves, which is likely they could, because they are hell-bent on war, even better if they destroy themselves. But if not, I am looking for the weapon of mass destruction to destroy the wicked or paralyze them up, so that they cannot cause any more harm to their fellow human beings and to the earth as well. I say, well, you don't have to destroy these people, because you just use their own land. Then dangerous people need locking up. And to the degree of sickness that they got, some of them need psychiatric help. So yeah, these people could be confined in places where we can, like I say, reprogram their mind to see reality. You see what I mean? When they wouldn't have such, when they come out again, they wouldn't have such hate and vileness and wickedness in them. You know what I mean? We would have completely cured them of such vile and wicked thoughts. Because the way the mind is programmed now into material exploitation and that, these, I'm telling you, they will do anything to protect what they've got. Ain't no way you could reason with them and say, listen, you know, this is dangerous what you're doing. Any human being, you can't reason with America, and you will just be witnessing them doing more vile and outrageous thing and think, well, how can they do that? But they can, because they haven't got no men. Up here is sick people you're dealing with. They're not normal. They only look normal to you because they dress and smile and they call secretary this and, you know, general this and that. You see a man now calling general, like I say, 5-star. He's in the army overseeing people who kill people, and yet he come on television speaking and everyone is well respected because he's general or colonel. But when these people are lunatics, I can't understand how lunatics get so much credit on the planet. Well, I can't really, because lunatics are running the asylum. Take over the place, you know what I mean? So obviously other lunatics give them praise and say, yeah, you're good, you know. But trust me, this is when you lost your soul. But we are living in a time anyway that more and more beings are feeling that, you know, these beings are lost their soul. So more and more beings are opening up to understanding. Because of the internet and things, lots of other beings are coming out and speaking out against such oppressive force. That, like I say, I'm not speaking, I'm just on about the planet. I don't deal with country. So I see the oppressive force everywhere. From India to China to here. Some of these devils are stronger than some. But what difference does it make? They are goddamn devils, innit? They're after the exploiters. You know, and when it comes down to it, I think they said the population of the earth is about 7 billion. I doubt if those who got the control of the planet mount up to 1 million. Might be just about 1 million of them, if that. Who really got the rest are just program beings. You see what I mean? So if we could deprogram them and deprogram those people who they've programmed, their power would crumble. Because it's the program beings that are keeping these little elites. Because the elites are cowards anyway. They wouldn't even go on a battlefield. They're always behind the scene. That's where cowards are, hiding. So if we could deprogram them, meaning the soldiers, the colonel and all that, everything would be over. If you get these goons, like I say, in police and these who operate the system, if you deprogram them and show them that they are putting their soul in jeopardy, which is true, and that they will have to suffer the consequences of their action here, even though these other devils are paying them 50,000 a year or 100,000 or 200,000 just to get them to do what is not right and correct against their own desire. You know what I mean? Or their own natural feeling. It's like I am sure that when somebody come to a man now saying say when he was born and say Jesus was born of a virgin birth. I'm sure that the man mind tell him that such a thing is not right and correct. But they convince the mind now to have faith. You know what I mean? And not explaining, like I say, that faith is two-sided and that you can have blind faith. Hence a lot of people now end up having faith. Yeah, you have faith, but your faith is blind. You don't know what you believing in. You are only a believer. A believer in a story that was told to you. You don't know whether the story is right. You can't know that the story is right either. You know? Because the story that are told to believers are stories that are centuries old, I say. So they ask the believer now to have faith, because the believer's mind cannot reconcile this. But they say, oh, have faith. You have to have a leap of faith. But they are giving you a leap of blind faith. That's where you're leaping to, with blind faith. So yeah, a lot of people, they believe in things strongly and faithfully believe in these things. No doubt sometimes because you strongly believe and faithfully believe, you have some hallucination. Similar to like when people are on mushrooms and acid. They have hallucinations. So maybe you have an hallucination and see Jesus, and thought you was meeting some divine spirit. When I'm telling you, the only divine spirit you want to meet is the divine spirit that is within oneself. You see what I mean? Don't worry about any divine spirit that is outside. That is not your business. Millions of spirits in the universe, no doubt. But we are not here to worry about them and how divine they are and how glorified they are we? We are here to live. We are beings as well. Whatever other beings is in the universe, they was created by the same intelligent power. So we are beings as well. Why don't we live our life here? They are in their dimension. It's like the dead, when they're dead, they go to the next dimension. We are in this physical dimension. We should be the rulers and the masters of this dimension. Why are we talking about people that don't exist here? Anyway, we are supposed to deal with who we can see and understand here. You understand? So that's why we don't get to understand life, because instead of living simple, like I say, honesty, we are trying to live what I would call above our means, by going high places to study and chasing after great masters and listening to what Jesus says and hearing. But I'm telling you, none of those things can open your eyes. Only the simple thing of living honestly in your village or your town, wherever you are. Never mind going studying any great masters. Anyway, I had a nice feeling a bit peckish now, and I am going to reload from the firehouse. As you can see here tonight, there was no crying from Rasta in the background. Anyway, I hope this reason bring you closer to the one that is within thyself. That is this one, like I tell you. You can't see this one. You can feel this one, though, or even hear this one, if your ear is in tune. And the best way of logging on to this one is through self-discipline. And only you know what you need to discipline within yourself. Because only you know who you are really. I don't know who you are. You see, because I am not the one. But the one know who you are. You see what I mean? And I know the one. And just like how the one is dwelling within and can see within all human beings, I can see within all human beings as well. Yeah. The minute a human being open them out and speak, I can tell whether they are on the road or off the road, if you know what I mean. But this is not about I am not here to judge who is on the road or off the road, because that's nothing to do with me. I am just here to tell you that, advise you that we are here to make a choice. If you make the right choice, your eyes will open up, you will see the alternative. If you don't want to listen to the message, no problem, because I ain't selling anything. So right now, I is going to fade out and fire out from the firehouse. See? Fire out.